Hello everyone and welcome to the live stream. I hope that you're all doing good. We have a lot of different topics to cover tonight. There has been so much that has happened over the past 2 days. It's a little bit crazy. Unfortunately, we have some censorship to go over. We have actresses melting down to go over and actors melting down. And we also have journalists melting down. Lots of that tonight. But we're going to be covering a follow-up to a situation I previously covered. I had previously talked about this game publisher who was trying to release a game called Hot Tentacle Shooters on the Nintendo Switch. And it sounded at the time like it was going to be rejected from the platform. That basically they didn't 100% ban it, but Nintendo had sent them an email back saying, we don't really know if this game is going to be allowed on our platform because of some of the adult content that is in it, even though the game really isn't that out there. But we do now know that the publisher is claiming that new guidelines mean that uncensored breasts and just adult content in general is being kind of cracked down on the Switch. So we're going to be briefly talking about this. We're also going to be talking about the brand new movie Bros. Wow, we love movies like this. Basically, it's a gay comedy that came out, and that should be the end of the story, right? It shouldn't even be a story. Sometimes movies do great at the box office. Sometimes they do terrible at the box office. But this movie is doing pretty poorly, as far as we know, at the box office. And it's also getting pretty poorly reviewed on Rotten Tomatoes, at least by audiences. Because, of course, it's something that the media would love. And it's not as simple as, hey, some people like it, some people don't, because now the actors are going on social media blaming homophobia from straight people for the box office failure. And he's basically saying, if you do not buy a ticket and go and see this movie, you are homophobic, which is, of course, fucking absurd. Sometimes people just don't simply like movies. They don't look interesting. I mean, a lot of people don't want to pay a bunch of money to go and see a movie. It's kind of as simple as that. But of course, this actor wants to spin it out of proportion and say, you guys are just terrible, disgusting people if you don't go and see this movie because it's stunning and brave and progressive. So we're going to be talking about that. We're also going to be talking about the She-Hulk actress who plays Titania, continuing her meltdown on social media. Now, I did talk about this yesterday in a video. It seemed like she just kind of, maybe it was marketing, maybe she was told to do this, we don't really know, but she had went off on social media at users, basically just saying, hey, it's okay if you don't like this movie, but I got paid, or the show, I got paid to be in it, I got paid to talk to some of Marvel's biggest stars, you know, what are you doing with your life? It came across as very rude. It came across as just a Hollywood brat going on social media getting mad that people do not like the show that she is in. But she decided to try to turn it around. She put up a couple more posts about it and basically said that, to be clear, I'm fine with you if you personally don't like the show. It's not for everyone. And she decided to say that she wanted to engage with critics so she could learn about why people didn't like it following kind of the controversy that she caused herself on social media. I personally think that she decided to pull this card out of her little handbasket because people were roasting her and she was making herself look terrible. I don't think that she actually wanted to engage with critics, because if she really did, she wouldn't have gone into it insulting people, saying, like, what are you doing with your life? That's just not something that I think that she would have done if she genuinely wanted to have, like, a nice, fun conversation with people. Seems kind of weird, seems kind of suspicious. But that's okay. That's what she's claiming. We're going to talk about that. And we're also going to be talking about this brand new hit piece that Polygon decided to put up against Mommy Melania, saying Elden Ring's Melania embodies From Software's problems with women. They basically say that they made the Melania boss fight very hard because she's a woman and they want people to hate women. I read this headline yesterday and I fucking can't. How much can't can a white girl can't if a white girl just can't even? I mean, holy fucking shit. What a reach. The game's strongest boss fight betrays the developer's biggest weakness. So just a classic fucking hit piece against journalists who don't actually care about the gaming industry. They just want to spin things to push their narratives. In this case, it's that From Software is sexist. So yeah, those are the main topics that we're going to be talking about tonight. I also have a couple of like side topics that I thought that we could throw in there, like Elon Musk. He is going ahead with the Twitter deal. He is buying Twitter. It's basically locked in at this point, and there have been a lot of people melting down on social media. I don't have any specific posts yet, but I do think I'm going to cover this in a video tomorrow. So if you guys have seen any really good spicy takes on him buying Twitter, tag me in them on Twitter or post them in the Discord server so I can show them. And, oh, this makes me sad. Platinum Games announced today that they are replacing Bayonetta's voice actress. So the voice actress, Helena Taylor, who voiced Bayonetta in Bayonetta 1, Bayonetta 2, and also the animated movie, is no longer voicing Bayonetta. They are replacing her with Jennifer Hale. Now, I don't have a problem with Jennifer Hale, but she is in, like, freaking everything now, okay? I said this on Twitter, and this is genuinely what I believe. I feel like the same handful of voice actors get first dibs at everything. If they're, you know, creating a big AAA game, the same couple people get first dibs. Or, you know, if they're replacing voice actors, the same handful of people get those chances to be in those franchises. And right here, outright replacing people who have been in franchises since their beginnings. And they didn't really give us a reason why she was replaced besides... it wasn't quite, like, conflicting scheduling. It was, like, conflicting circumstances, which is really weird. It's, like, really half-ass, like, non-answer wording. And I'm honestly pretty disappointed with this because she, Helena Taylor, is Bayonetta to me. And while I don't think that Jennifer Hale, again, is a bad voice actress, I don't think it's going to be the same for me. I think it's definitely going to take away a little bit from Bayonetta 3, and honestly, I'm pretty disappointed to hear about this. So, yeah, guys, welcome on into the live stream. I hope that your evening is going well. We will get started in a minute or two with the topics. Oh, also, I have this brief one, which is Velma. They released the first look at the Velma show that Mindy Kaling is doing, and this is my story told my way. Get ready for some main character energy. Absolutely fucking cringe marketing. It is literally just a Mindy self-insert, and I am not here for it. Also, why is Lollies trending on Twitter again? I would click it, but I'm not looking to get banned tonight. Sorry, chat. I say as I go back to this image. Very, very interesting. But yes, hi guys. I hope your evening is going well. Welcome on in. Night filled with some interesting topics. It's important Velma feels seen. Okay, Velma has always been, in my opinion, a bisexual character. No one's ever fucking had a problem with that. No one in the history of the fucking earth has ever complained about Velma being bisexual. So, what does it... Why do you have to highlight, like, wow, it's the first... She's confirmed officially, like, canonically a lesbian. That's not gonna make me watch the show. What would make me watch the show is a good story, interesting characters and in world building. I don't know, it's just not that. Like, that's cool. That's awesome. That's great. Anyway, like, that's kind of a really low priority on my list. And that's, of course, their only fucking marketing for this show is she's a lesbian and this cringe. Get ready for some main character energy. I can't. New entertainment is so dumb. It's so bad. Mamma mia. Very true. Yeah, people are creatively bankrupt because of Rebecca from Cyberpunk Edgerunners. Maybe, but I haven't really seen anything new with Rebecca. I mean, I've seen some, like, fan art, obviously, but I haven't seen any, like, updates. Like, I haven't seen anyone specific talk about her. I haven't seen any new controversy with her. I mean, there's a chance, right? There's always a chance, but I don't know why Lolly is trending. Yeah, I don't know. "27 days until Halloween." I know. Pretty exciting. Edgerunners was really good. Edgerunners was a very solid series. And I know that, obviously, there was quite a bit of backlash around Rebecca. There was a lot of people on social media fighting about her. But I don't know why people would still be talking about her, like, in a negative way, right? I mean, if you think she's a bad character or you don't like her design, whatever, say it and then be done with it, right? There's nothing else to say about it. But it is trending. I'll have to look at it after, because I'm not gonna look at it on stream because my account will get banned. So, yeah, guys, I think the first topic that we're gonna talk about quickly is this. Actually, let me do one more thing. Because I made a tweet about this the other day. Let me find it really quick so I can bring it up for you guys. Where is it? Here it is. Here we go. I just wanted to have the tweet ready. So, guys, it says, Ecchi Publisher claims new... I keep accidentally clicking Discord. Ecchi Publisher claims new guidelines banned uncensored breasts on the Nintendo Switch. Now, when it comes to Nintendo, they have been picky about full-on nudity on their platform. That is something that I do think is important to mention, because we have praised Nintendo over the past couple of years for doing relatively well when it comes to allowing a lot of different content on the Switch, especially when platforms like Steam and also PlayStation, a lot of games do not make the cut anymore. It is important to note that Nintendo has been pretty good when it comes to allowing uncensored content onto the Switch, but full-on nudity has been kind of questionable. But it says a publisher of fan service-focused games has claimed Nintendo has new guidelines forbidding uncensored breasts on the Nintendo Switch, which obviously very disappointing. I don't consume a lot of content like this that's just like full-on nudity or ecchi content, but obviously I talk about it all the time, because just because I don't constantly consume the content doesn't mean other people shouldn't be able to. It says the claim comes from the ecchi publisher Gamazumi, who specialize in fan service heavy titles such as Sakura MMO2 and Elves Fantasy Hentai Puzzle. So they had made this tweet a couple of days ago, And it says, so the bad news first. We received an answer from Nintendo, and now we have a confirmation that they do not allow uncensored boobs.
$10.
Thank you.
No one should hate mommies. After all, we all have one.
Actually true. Thank you, Chris, for the $10 donation. Much appreciated. Received an answer from Nintendo, and now we have confirmation that they do not allow uncensored breasts on their consoles now. Basically, obscene content could damage the brand and infringe its policies. That means that now all games with breast nudity should be censored, and that's why our game, Hot Tentacle Shooter, was rejected in the first place. It says also our recently announced game, Elves Christmas Hentai Puzzle, was also rejected due to having nudity. That's all the info we have so far. We'll try to send the games without nudity for approval again and see what they say and update the thread if necessary. It's a shame that now all consoles have restrictions about nudity. This probably will not only affect our games, but also games from other publishers and developers. At least we can still release the games censored, but we still have platforms like Steam, Nitaku Games, and more where they can release the games fully uncensored for everyone. So it is important to note that this game is in fact on Steam right now. Steam has been censoring a shit ton of nudity lately, but this game is actually on Steam, but Nintendo isn't allowing it, which is very, very unfortunate, because again, Nintendo's been pretty good. Now, they do point out that they're cracking down on nudity, and it seems like a lot of other publishers and developers won't be able to release games with nudity and just, you know, more adult content in general. And I actually call bullshit on that. No, I'm not calling out Gamazumi, I'm just calling out Nintendo, because I am sure that, like, if another Witcher 3 came along, they would allow that nudity full fucking force. They would not censor a single fucking nipple. They would not censor a single fucking breast. Okay, they would allow a Witcher 3 on their platform any day of the week because it's from a larger company, it's a super hyped up game, and it's a game that's gonna make a shit ton of money. And that is my problem, is the fucking hypocrisy. And lately, again, we've had to call out Sony on the hypocrisy and Valve on the hypocrisy, but Nintendo has done pretty freaking great. Unfortunately, though, it does sound like now they are kind of cracking down on said content, and it is really fucking unfortunate. I can't show you guys the Steam page for Hot Tentacle Shooters because it, again, as it says, it's an NSFW hentai game. It's got nudity. I'm not going to show it on stream, even though it is a video game. Unfortunately, YouTube can sometimes tag things initially, and then you have to fight with them afterwards and be like, hey, it's a video game, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to show it, though. But it actually the gameplay itself looked pretty cool because it's not like it was a full-on, like, sex game, right? It's not like characters were going around having sex. It's not like it was that type of game. I mean, we're just talking about characters that happen to be, you know, nude and without tops on, right? That, in my opinion, is not something that is so out of this fucking world that it should be censored. I, of course, do not believe in censorship. I do not think that video games should be censored, but I get that sometimes games can definitely push lines, push limits, even though those are very few and far between, and this one is not. And of course, a lot of people in the comments of this thread are supporting them. I have been pretty vocal about my support of this publisher for months at this point since I talked about the game for the first time, but a lot of people are just, you know, showing that they support them, that they are very disappointed in Nintendo, and just like me, that they're actually quite surprised that this game got released on Steam. Again, I'm not defending Steam, because unfortunately they've been really fucking bad over the past few years with content, but even Steam allows content like this. I mean, Steam, they're very picky when it comes to anime style content, 100%, but they do allow content like this. I mean, it's not like they have like 2 NSFW games on their entire fucking platform. I mean, they have whole sections of hentai, NSFW, ecchi content. People are asking, like, can you please ask your account manager at Nintendo about a means for us customers to give Nintendo feedback on this? I've reached out to a few people I could find contact information for, but haven't received any responses. And then, of course, Gamazumi said, haha, an account manager. That's fun. That's so old school. Now it's all ticket systems that take days, if not weeks, to get responses from basically anyone. And yeah, unfortunately, this is the way that companies work now. I mean, even like YouTube, right? If I have a problem with my YouTube account, I luckily have a MCN, so like I can talk to them if I have a problem. But otherwise, as a content creator, I'd have like zero ways to talk to YouTube. There's like an animated system, but it's not actually a real human being. And then it just, you know, basically records what you're saying and puts in a ticket, which is unfortunate. People are asking things like, what about physical releases? Still the same. This started happening this month. Your game was manufactured some time ago. We've got some games with nudity already out too. Curious if this extends to high levels of ecchi but not nudity, as some of those Sakura game Switch versions aren't nude but are certainly lewd. From what we know, it's just nudity. Sakura MMO2 releasing today was just fine. Yeah, it seems like Nintendo is also getting pretty wishy-washy, where they're allowing some of this content to go through, but they're also banning and blocking some of the content. It seems to be just a very inconsistent system all around, exactly the way that Valve and also Sony have been for the past few years. People are, you know, just very disappointed in the situation, with which obviously I am as well. I think that this is really, really shitty. And I understand that, you know, companies at the end of the day need to make money. And there are a lot of people who say, go to other platforms. And like, I get that, right? If it was that simple, I would constantly be saying that, but it's really not that simple, right? They're making games for certain platforms. They put the time, the work, the effort into making a game for the Switch platform, and then it gets banned, and then all of that work and effort just went down the fucking drain. And of course they're going to say, hey, listen, what if we, you know, censored it, took this content out, and were able to release it? Because ultimately there still would be people that would purchase it on that system. When it comes to PC, it is a bit different because, of course, there's so many different storefronts. I personally haven't found a ton of storefronts that do, you know, accept this type of content from publishers that unfortunately have faced issues with censorship. There's not really a lot of, like, more free speech, we allow anything on our platforms like that. There are like a handful, but unfortunately, very sad news in terms of Hot Tentacle Shooter and just Gamazumi's titles in general. I do hope that they are able to, you know, maybe get Nintendo to change their minds. I'm not going to hold my breath for that, but you can at least purchase it on Steam right now, and I think that they are planning on putting it on some other PC platforms, but I have not purchased it yet, but I am going to purchase it just so I can say, hey, I own it, I've supported them, and at least they got it out on Steam, which, again, is very fucking surprising, because as soon as I saw the game, I figured, Steam's gonna ban it, it's only gonna be on the Switch, which is fine. I'd rather support something on the Switch, but it was actually the other way around, which was unfortunate. So, yeah, guys, that's all that I really had to talk about. I would show Gamazumi's website, but lots of breasts. Maybe one day I'll get a sponsorship. Maybe one day. Chat, my simping cannot go unnoticed any longer by these companies, okay? I fucking simp for you guys. My simpage cannot go unnoticed anymore. Anyway, we're done talking about anime titties. Next, we're going to be talking about a gay rom-com. And we're being called homophobic for not simply going and watching the gay rom-com. Of course, classic Hollywood. Classic. Are y'all really surprised? I mean, on one hand, no, we shouldn't be surprised that a company would ban a game like that, but at the same time, that doesn't mean that we should just accept it. Vera will have to restart her Twitch for the tentacles. Twitch would ban me and all it faster than YouTube would. Twitch is, well, Twitch is kind of the shoot first, ask questions later type, you know? Oh, this content got marked and flagged? Oh, let's just ban your account, and then maybe a couple months later you get to actually talking to someone about it. If you're lucky. Twitch fucking sucks. I'd go to Twitch if they'd pay me like a couple $1 million, sure. I think anyone would, right? You guys wouldn't blame me for that. But they're not. Fuck Twitch. Twitch, email me after this. I'll take the stream down. I'll edit this portion out, thanks. This movie... This whole movie reminds me of the Q4 situation. Netflix tried to put out the Q4 show, and they announced that it's not getting a season 2, but it was a show that was supposed to be like a comedy about queer super spies. And of course, the voice actors decided to go on social media and attack anybody who was criticizing the show. It's a very similar situation. A movie filled with stereotypes. Lots of people don't like this show, or like this movie. And it did fucking abysmally at the box office, and now we're being called homophobic for not going to watch it. Now, keep in mind, I don't go to the box office a lot. I do not go to the movie theater unless that movie is like a fucking Spider-Man No Way Home. Otherwise, you're not getting my fucking money, you piles of trash. And this pile of trash is not getting my money either. I have absolutely no problems with watching rom-coms, watching movies, TV shows, entertainment in general with gay characters. I don't care, right? If I think the movie looks good and the main character happens to be gay, that's fine. That's great. Awesome. Cool. But that's not what gets me to go to the movies. I'm not just going to go and buy a $20 ticket for a movie simply because it's a gay romantic comedy. What else is there? Chris, I'm watching you. Don't spoil my secrets. So, this is a Bounding into Comics article. Billy Eichner, is that how you say it? Blames homophobia from straight people for box office failure of his gay romantic comedy, Bros. I guess this time it really was hoes before bros, huh? Because nobody hung out with the bros. Well, that didn't take long. After just 4 days in the box office, Billy has already blamed the failure of his new gay rom-com Bros on homophobia from straight people. It says, Universal Pictures Bros bombed at the box office this weekend, earning only $4.8 million in its premiere against a $22 million production budget. There's no way that this movie is going to make its money back. Or make money, I should say. Because they might get, like, to $20 million. But that is just fucking yikes. Couldn't even break $5 million at the box office. It says the film was trounced by its fellow debut, Paramount Pictures horror film Smile, which took first place with a poll of $22 million, and honestly, that isn't even that good, right? $22 million on opening weekend during a four-day period, that's really not that good. It's obviously much better than $4.8 million, but even $22 million's not great. But to me, Smile looks like a movie that maybe cost like $15 million to make. Smile movie budget. Let's see if... Okay, so $17 million. I was pretty close. So they already made their money back. Of course, though, companies don't just want to make, you know, their money barely back. They want to make more. It says Bros also fell behind Warner Brothers' Don't Worry, Darling, which made $7.3 million in its second weekend, as well as The Woman King, which did $7 million in its third weekend. If I ever release a movie, remind me to never release it during this fucking period of time, because movies around this time always do fucking abysmally. Woman King did awful, was surrounded in controversy. Don't Worry, Darling did awful, was surrounded in controversy. Smile has actually had a great marketing campaign, also I mean, it's not like it's doing $100 million. Again, 22 million's good, but yikes. It says it was even almost beaten by Disney's re-release of Avatar, which now has been in theaters for over 2 weeks. I'm sorry. Getting beaten by a movie from 2009, that is just a fucking L for you. It says many may remember Billy from either his brief role in Parks and Recs voicing, how do you say that? Timon? Is that how you say it? I don't actually know. I never got into Parks and Recs. Oh, okay, it is Timon. Or wishing for Trump and all MAGA lunatics to burn in hell didn't take the news very well. That's just fucking yikes. Wishing for all the supporters who support one single politician to burn in hell. That's just terrible. Why would you do that? I get it, right? If you don't like a certain politician, that's fine. You're allowed to not like somebody. You're allowed to not like anyone. But to wish that they'd burn in hell is just pretty fucking insane. It says, taking to Twitter on October 2nd, the actor passed the buck on his film's failure onto what he accuses is widespread bigotry from straight people. I think the problem truly and genuinely is the fact that this movie looked really mediocre, something that's been done 1,000 times over, and nobody wants to go and spend $20 on a movie ticket to see a mediocre pile of fucking trash. Not everybody in this fucking world is homophobic or racist or sexist or misogynist and anything. It's simply that a lot of people don't go to the movie theaters unless something is really great. It's just as simple as that. It's like me, if this was on a Netflix and it was getting pretty good reviews, even if it got like an 80%, I would watch it, sure. If it was on a Netflix or Hulu or if it was online, I'm not going to go and sit in a movie theater for hours and pay all the money for a ticket to see a movie that I'm sorry has probably been done 500 other times. It says, last night I snuck in and sat in the back of a sold-out theater playing Bros in LA. The audience howled with laughter start to finish, burst into applause at the end, and some were wiping away tears as they walked out. It was truly magical, really. I am very proud of this movie. Oh, well, there's all the ticket sales. I'm glad you got to see the only full theater, allegedly. He says it was full. The only full theater for this movie. Rolling Stones already has Bros on the list of the best comedies of the 21st century. Okay, dude, that is just such a fucking troll. Rolling Stones, the fucking shills. The list of the best comedies of the 21st century. That's fucking full on cap. What's also true is that at one point a theater chain called Universal and said they were pulling the trailer because of the gay content. America, fuck yeah, etc., etc. So you're telling me an individual business said that they don't want to show something? I'm sorry, but even though I don't think that it should be pulled from a theater and that people should be able to see it, it's still one business's decision. Just don't fucking support that business. Like, if this was a business around me, and they threw a giant fucking hissy fit and said, we're pulling the trailer and we're not going to show this movie because of gay content, I just wouldn't go to that theater. Okay? And I think that most fucking people would be like, yeah, that's pretty stupid that you're not showing a movie just because it's got a gay character, or it's, you know, one of the main plot points are the gay characters. I think most people would just boycott that theater, and then that theater is going to go out of business, so who the fuck cares? Fuck them. Just don't support them. All you're doing is giving them attention. Thank you, Autobots, for the $5 super chat. Most people don't go to the movie theater because they're freaking expensive. Right? It's not just because of the movie. It's the movie. It's the cost. You have to sit there for hours and watch this film. Most people want to watch things in the comfort of their own home. I don't believe this second tweet either, theater, but it's what he's claiming. This is cap, though. That's just the world we live in, unfortunately. Even with glowing reviews, great Rotten Tomatoes scores, an A cinema score, straight people, especially in certain parts of the country, just didn't show up for bros, and that's disappointing, but it is what it is. This is the problem, is that just because your movie is getting rave reviews doesn't mean that you are entitled to sales. That doesn't mean that people are going to show up and go, it got a 80%, I'm going to go and watch it because I'm fucking obligated to, because I'm a straight person and it's about gay characters. That doesn't make sense, right? Straight people, especially in certain parts of the country, just didn't show up for bros. What does it matter? I'm sorry, but it doesn't sound like gay individuals showed up to watch it either. It sounds like nobody showed up to watch this. Straight people, gay people, whoever. Okay, you can't just blame straight people. It's not like it did 100 million in sales this weekend and, 80% of the people who went, went on social media and specified that they were, part of the LGBT. You just want to fucking bash straight people, so this is the narrative that you're pushing. It's fine to go on social media and say you're disappointed with, the viewership of this movie because you have put a lot of time and effort into it and you guys are really proud of what you created. That's perfectly fine. But don't go and insult people based on, their sexuality because you think that they owe you. Oh, you owe me. You're a straight person. You owe me. You have to go and watch my movie. That is the problem, and that is not going to sell tickets. That is going to get people away from your franchise. After seeing this, I wouldn't, even if it sounded really good, I wouldn't go and see it in theaters because you were attacking specific groups of people. Everyone who isn't a homophobic weirdo should go and see Bros tonight. You will have a blast, and it is special and uniquely powerful to see this particular story on the big screen. Of course, instantly saying, if you aren't a homophobe, you will go and watch this. And if you don't go and watch it, you're homophobic is so fucking gross. Okay? Just because I don't have the time, the money, I don't want to go somewhere because I don't feel comfortable with going somewhere to see your shitty movie, doesn't mean I'm homophobic. It just means I don't want to go and spend the 4 hours through this whole ring-ding experience to see a mediocre C-tier movie. That doesn't mean I'm homophobic. It just means I don't want to go see it. It's as simple as that. But of course it can't be to these Hollywood freaks because they want to divide people. That's the problem. Is they don't actually want to unite people. It's inclusion by exclusion. Oh, this is a movie about gay characters, so you're a homophobe if you don't see it. That's division. You have to accept that people aren't going to like every single movie. Okay, as soon as he said this on social media, I would not go and watch it. Even if it sounded like a super good, really great film, I wouldn't go and monetarily support it. It's as simple as that. It says, of course, it wasn't long after when he was begging the audience at the MTV Video Music Awards to come out and support what he has been calling the first... Oh my god. Hold on. I have to repeat that. Support what he has been calling the first gay romantic comedy by a major studio in the last 100 years. Let's just throw as many words, phrases, terms that we can into a sentence. That's a lot, okay? Turns out being guilted into watching a movie isn't an effective marketing strategy. Well, after many years of writing, a 1.5-year-long pandemic pause which shut us down, and 100 years of major studios refusing to make movies like this one, the Bros adventure has begun. Wish me luck. Maybe a problem is the fact that every movie that comes out with gay characters now is a comedy. Maybe that is a giant problem. Maybe people are just sick of seeing gay romantic comedies. Why don't you go for other genres? Why don't you try to make it a serious movie? I think that honestly, that could be a giant fucking problem? I don't know. I don't know. I just don't think that it's because people don't want to see gay people in movies. Oh my god. That's terrible. I think that it's just because people don't want to see gay comedies anymore. I think that this is what people want to see. $14 million budget. Made almost 200 million USD. That wasn't a comedy. Extremely successful fucking film here. People maybe are just sick and tired of seeing the same shit over and over, the same general plot, the same characters, the same stereotypes. Make something new and unique and exciting and you'll make money. And stop attacking your fucking consumers. It's so stupid. We could sit here and list off 100 million fucking movies made by major studios with major actors with gay characters that made a lot of money, right? We could sit here probably all night and talk about all these different things. Anyway, guys, Rotten Tomatoes is trying to protect this movie now. Let me refresh the webpage. Rotten Tomatoes is trying to protect it now because, of course, it's sitting at a 90% critic score. Great critic score. 91% audience of verified ratings. Because if you go to all audience and not just the hand-picked audience members, it's sitting at a 61. It's sitting at a 61. But of course, they pop up with verified audience. Even though not every movie and TV show has the verified audience score, it's only the ones, of course, that they want to protect because they want to show you the better ratings, and that's how they filter it out. It's so stupid. It is so fucking stupid. Yeah, how much did the Birdcage make? Box office. Worldwide. Worldwide made almost $200 million. And its budget was $31 million. Right? It's not like no movies with representation exist. There's plenty of movies and TV shows and just lots of content in general that has representation. People aren't just like, okay, there's always going to be people online who are gross and toxic and homophobic, whatever, right? You have to fucking ignore those people. But clearly movies like this with these types of characters do sell. You're just creating dog shit. Stop creating dog shit. Yeah, verified audience started with Captain Marvel. Oh, I thought it did. There actually isn't verified here. Maybe I'm pretty sure they started it with Captain Marvel. They must have just removed the verified audience because they realized that it wasn't working. It wasn't actually protecting the movie. But anyway, guys, we're going to talk about Elden Ring in a minute. More being called terrible things, chat. This time, From Software is being called sexist. It's just so gross to see Hollywood fucking stuck-up bitches go on social media and instead of just accept the fact that not all content is for everyone and people simply didn't like this movie, they decide to paint it as, oh, only ists or phobes don't like this content, which is a giant problem. Stop doing that. Not all content is for every fucking buddy. It's just as simple as that. Captain Marvel, verified audience score. Rotten Tomatoes releases verified audience scores. They released the verified audience scores May 23rd, 2019. Captain Marvel release date was March 8th, 2019. So it was 2 months before. Captain Marvel's 2 months before. Large movie releases May 2019. What else came out around the same time? Detective Pikachu. Aladdin, Booksmart. I was trying to see if there's anything else right around that time, but looks like it was primarily just Captain Marvel. Ah. Yeah, that's the problem with fucking Hollywood, is that these people are just so focused on attacking individuals because they're not making money that they stoop to those levels. It's like, just accept the fact that the content you made isn't appealing to people. Just accept the fact that not everyone is going to like every piece of content that is put on the fucking internet or released in theaters. It's just as simple as that. You can't force me to like this movie. So why are you attacking me over not liking it? Does anyone at Polygon still think you can only be a man when you play Elden Ring? Yeah, this article's really fucking wonky. I saw this when they posted it last night. I'm gonna cover this in a video tomorrow, but pretty fucking ridiculous. Classic video game journalists. There's actually been a lot of layoffs in the world of the video game journalism. I, of course, don't want to praise the fact that people are losing their jobs. I don't want to laugh at people who have unfairly been fired or let go from their jobs. But if you were writing better articles and if you were simply better at your job, your companies wouldn't be in financial jeopardy and that situation wouldn't be happening. Okay, the problem is that all of these video game websites are putting out top tier grade A fucking dogshit garbage. And if they weren't, they'd be making money. Okay? It's just as simple as that. But that's the problem, is that they're not. They're putting out fucking trash. You're bad at your job. And that is why these websites are going under. This article is cringe. I hate using the word cringe. The word cringe is absolute fucking cringe itself, but this article is top tier cringe. It is... They are so desperate to get clicks. It doesn't matter to them if they're good clicks, if they're hate clicks. They're so desperate for clicks that the problem that they're facing is that while yes, they might get an influx of hate clicks, they're going to lose 5 people or 10 people that actually would follow their website and read their articles on a normal basis because those people get sick and tired of seeing these shit posts all the time. So this is an article from Nico Deo. What else have they posted? 2020 they joined. They have 4 articles? Oh my fucking god. This person only has 4 articles. Let's look at them. Hades is about erotic punishment. Overwatch playing dad charms the internet with his acrobatic playstyle. Arcane embraces queer aesthetics, but settles for a maybe ship. And now Elden Ring Melania embodies From Software's problems with women. Huh? Thank you, Chaos Killer, for the $2 super chat. Sounds like that maidenless Vera. I'm not maidenless. I'm not fucking maidenless. I can get all the maidens. Thank you, Chaos, for the $2 super chat. How Supergiant's games roguelite makes it desirable to rush headlong into death after death. Get me out of this page. Bring me back. Arcane embraces queer aesthetics, but it settles for maybe ships. There was room to commit to the existence of LGBTQ+ characters. But there are. Aren't there? Isn't there representation in Arcane? Am I fucking stupid? Am I getting Mandela affected right now? Oh my god. Anyway. So this person has written 4 articles. Guys, okay, listen. I'm gonna, not just snap. I'm gonna start a Dark Titan website tonight. And then tomorrow, I'm gonna post an article. Thursday, I'm gonna post an article. Friday, I'm gonna post an article. And Saturday, I'm gonna post an article. And then, I'm gonna give myself a fucking game journalist title on Twitter. Okay, because it just takes 4 articles now. I'm gonna post the most dog shit, garbage ass, bitch ass content. And then in 4 days, I'm gonna post on my Twitter, in my title, in my tag, in my name, game journalist. Okay, then I'm gonna screenshot it, I'm gonna tweet it. And then we're gonna see fake game journalists like this freak out and be like, you're not a game journalist. Because apparently it only takes 4 posts now. And then, when Polygon doesn't hire me next week, I'm going to go on Twitter and accuse them of sexism. And I'm going to say not only is From Software sexist according to you guys, but you guys are sexist for not hiring me. I am a well-known video game journalist. And then they have to hire me. And then I can make money. Oh, thank you, Chaos, for the $2 super chat. Sounds like they're maidenless. Okay, I thought you were going to say I'm maidenless. There's no way I'd be maidenless. Come on. Then, by next week, guys, we're gonna be calling Polygon sexist because they didn't hire me. I mean, I would have 5 articles up at that point, right? Just because I'm a woman doesn't mean you can judge me, okay? I can write articles too. Anyway, guys, Elden Ring's Melania embodies From Software's problem with women. It's never enough to these people. They could put 500 women in a game and 1 man, but they'd still be able to paint it as sexism some way or another. Yeah, theater. Exactly. The game's strongest boss betrays the developer's biggest weakness. Motherfucker! That right there should be good enough, right? They made the strongest boss in any of their games a woman! Which is what these people want, right? They want women to be strong and independent. The strongest boss fight in any of their games is a fucking woman, and now it's sexism. Do you want women to be strong, or do you want women to be weak? Which one is it?
Exactly what are the requirements to be a game journalist?
Calling yourself a game journalist. Thank you, Chris, for the $5 donation. I mean, I'm a game journalist right now. She lies there, deep in the belly of the Halig tree, as if she had merely dozed off. Oh my fucking god, it's a fan fiction? I forgot, it's a fan fiction. Merely dozed off in the shafts of light that filter down. Melania has fallen to pieces, her one good arm resting at the feet of the whorls and gnarls that held her childlike brother. Okay, blah, 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 blah. But instead of becoming an uncontested favorite, she frustrated fans and revealed the limitation of From Software's imagination. Guys, okay? I think everybody that played Elden Ring, you know what? Let's not say everybody. 95% of the people that played Elden Ring said Melania is an annoying fucking boss. She is hard to defeat. She's hard to beat. But everyone after they defeated her said that she was a great boss fight. She frustrated fans, but aren't you guys the ones that rally for women being represented? That means that women are going to have to frustrate people sometimes. Especially in a game like this, you want more representation, you want more women. Yeah, there's going to be female characters that happen to be boss fights. It says as... Huh? Oh, it just explains the fight. Okay. Okay, it was explaining the fight. It says Melania exemplifies the way From Software writes women in its games. Whether bosses or NPCs you meet in the wild, these women have a shared condition. They exist in tragically declined worlds, sharing a specific brokenness, disfigurement, abandonment, and loss. They are afflicted by gender, and the cure for when they are obstacles instead of mutedly helpful is for the player to enact violence. Gender's an afflictment now? Okay. It is a particular kind of idealized femininity, as fantastical as the foreboding castles and giant trees, demure, quiet, void of needs or motivations, as echoed presence of dolls, mothers, and even help meet who guides the player along. This is just like a terrible fanfiction. This is like a terrible fucking fanfiction. Their emotions are muted in their more docile counterparts before erupting into a shrieking, horrifying hysteria when encountered in combat. She is made up of the same stuff and isn't unanimously. Oh my god, the way that these sentences are set up is fucking giving me a headache. Hated either. There is passion for a giant red-haired woman in armor. Still, she is a contentious character, subject to social media posts, memes, and arguments. It's obvious that there is a contingent of audience antagonized by her presence, both as a boss and a figure in the game's story. Yeah. Honestly, I'm antagonized by a big mommy's presence in a video game. What kind of trash is this? Oh my god. Quite a few of those archetypal From Software women are beloved by the fans, such as the Emerald Herald, the Firekeeper, or more recently, Ronnie the Witch. It says, the broader gaming community usually reacts harshly towards female characters, which makes the Soulsborne community embrace of them feel positive on the surface. Okay. Which one is it? Do people fucking hate women or sexualize women in games? Okay, because I'm sick and tired of hearing this. It's either, you guys are sexualizing these female characters too much, aka, you love them. People aren't sexualizing characters because they hate them, but now we're being told that people just hate them because they're women. Can you figure out your narratives? When that affection feels based on that empty, emotionless state or reduces them to waifus, you realize that hostility and that fondness spring from the same deep sexist roots. Guys, I can't! So now, if you like a character, if you have affection for a character, if you idolize a character so much you call her a waifu, that means you're a sexist. You're a sexist if you call a character a waifu. It's just as simple as that. This is so stupid. No wonder women hate video games, because you put out shit pieces like this about female characters. Man, no wonder women hate video games. I'd stay the fuck away from video games too if I was just a normal everyday woman. If I wasn't into gaming now, I'd never be into gaming, because articles like this are just so trash. You attack people for liking female characters. You attack people for not liking female characters. You attack people for saying, wow, this female character is beautiful, because you're saying she's overly sexualized, and then you're just a sexist. I mean, can you figure out the bullshit you're pushing? It says, From Software's female characters who deviate from this quiet, doll-like appearance are still written with a lack of emotionality, which feels close to masculine stoicism. It's a strange emptiness that informs every permeation of character that women embody in these games. This is bad. This article is just, honestly, worst article I've read in a while. To be fair. To be fair. Her boss fight is punishingly difficult, and the audience's hostile and competitive attitudes about it are often steeped in gender toxicity. Okay, so if the main... Okay, so clearly Melania is like a main boss fight in this game. If this main boss fight, if Melania's fight was too easy, this same journalist hack would be writing an article, From Software is sexist because one of the best fights in the game, one of the main female characters, was too easy to defeat. And these video game developers think that women are easy targets, and women cannot be as strong as men. That's literally what they'd be saying. If her boss fight was too easy, they'd be saying, oh, they're sexist because they made her fight too easy, and she should be equal to the male characters and even stronger than the male characters. But now that she's a hard fight, nah, you're sexist for making her a hard fight. Are women supposed to be easy to get or hard to get? Easy to defeat or hard to defeat? Can you make up your mind? I thought that women were supposed to be strong, independent, equals to men. Better than men, according to some of these people. But now that they're better than men, that's too much. I can't have that. She's too difficult. Is this person mad because they couldn't get past Melania? It might have taken me 100 tries to get past her. In my second attempt, it only took like 25 tries. But in my first attempt, it took me like 100 tries to defeat her. I still defeated her. I defeated her. Must mean I'm a sexist because I defeated a woman in a game. Well, I'm sorry, my sexism's showing. Numerous Reddit posts, YouTube videos, and tweets talk about players' failures or successes, while littered with sexist slurs. Okay, what sexist slurs? Let's look. They put Reddit post, my butt cheeks have never been this clenched, but finally the bitch is dead. Motherfucker, they have 7 goddamn upvotes! It has 7 upvotes! 7 people saw this post! What do you mean? Oh my god. Tweets. Let's look at the tweets. Melania. Bitch. Huh. YouTube videos. Let's look at the YouTube video. This has got to be good, right? 26 subscribers! This guy, no offense. 26 subscribers. I've got quadruple that in this stream. 599 views. How to defeat Melania like a real man and not some pussy-ass bitch. That's not calling Melania a pussy-ass bitch. That's calling you a pussy-ass bitch for not being able to fucking defeat her. Clearly, this journalist did not defeat Melania. This person cannot get past Melania. They tried 500 times and they couldn't. Clearly. There's no shot that they defeated Melania. Who's this writer? This writer is Nico Deo. I think that it's a man. I'm not going to assume genders. Nico Deo. Okay? I want you to start a live stream tomorrow. I want you to defeat Melania on stream. I'll give you $100 an hour for when you don't defeat her. You'll be rich by the end of it because you're never going to defeat her. I mean, come on. You're giving someone with 26 subscribers a highlight in an article? That's the best fucking example that you have, is someone with 26 subscribers, 599 views, a Reddit post with 7 upvotes, and random Twitter posts? Oh my god, I can't. Anyway, guys. Absolute joke of a fucking article. Absolute joke of an article. These people are never happy. If a woman is too hard in a game, oh no, now you're gonna make people hate her. People can't defeat her. Now they're gonna be mad. But if she's too easy, oh my god, why did you make her so easy? That's just not fair. She should be as strong as the male characters. So stupid. Anyway, guys, that's all I had to talk about with this. I think I'm gonna cover this in a video tomorrow. Worst article I have read in a while. Trash fanfiction. Dog shit bullshit. Very fun. Chat, if you're enjoying the live stream, make sure to give it a like. If you're not, give it a dislike. Otherwise, you're a sexist, misogynist pig. If you're enjoying, donate, subscribe, become a member. Thanks for being here. Now we're going to talk about another just dumb situation. Jesus Christ. I just don't know how these people could release articles like this and feel good about it. And think that like articles like that are good. Like they're not bad. They're going to get the attention they want. Like, are you trying to ruin any kind of reputation that you possibly could ever have? She may be hot as fuck, but she's crazy. Hey, we don't shame around here. If you think that she's hot, good for you. I'd have to give her a 4. I'm sorry, that is not... That is like a 4. That's like a Nita Sarkeesian level. Uh-oh, she's a 10 then to Chris. We don't shame. Ugh. I just... You can never please these hacks. And that's the issue. How much do these articles pay? Was it $50? Probably. They're probably very happy that they got the $50 for writing that article. Yeah, this isn't a good picture, but I've never seen a good picture of her. Jamila Jamil. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's just a no from me. I mean, everyone is beautiful in their own way. I'm not shaming her. She looks the way that she looks, and that's great. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Maybe it's the wigs. Maybe that's why I don't like her, because the wigs are really bad that she wears. It's a no from me. No from me. Another day. True, Autobots, you do get a free pass until next stream. Very true. I see the 2 reasons why Chris likes her. Oh my god. There was some picture the other day, and I don't know who it was, but there was this woman on Twitter, and she was she's holding a gun. It was like an AK or something. I double I did a double take. I was like, is that Anita Sarkeesian? I should have sent it to Chris. He would have had a new woman out with Anita. I'm not a judger. Beauty in the eye of the beholder. That's all I can say. Chris is right. The heart wants what the heart wants. She-Hulk star Jamila Jamil says she wants to engage with critics so I can learn following the Twitter spats over the series quality. This to me comes across as she was desperate to get heat off of her, so she decided to say, I didn't just attack you guys on social media and say that your life is meaningless compared to mine because I'm a bitch. I did it because I was trying to interact with critics, engage with them, see why they don't like the show. So it says, her latest foray in the world of She-Hulk criticism began on October 1st as a result of her sharing a playful video of herself eating McDonald's French fries in New York City's Times Square. People were saying things like, all that buildup of 20-minute episodes for nothing to happen. You won't be seeing a second season Rye, of course, meaning another season. And she decided to respond with, dude, who cares? I got to live my dream and be in a Marvel project and go to events where I got to meet all my favorite Marvel stars and talk to them about their movies, and I got paid. My cup is full, but how is your life going? Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers said She-Hulk actress said that she doesn't care if the show is successful because she already got paid. Amazing. And she decided to respond with, the show is successful. We were #1 in America last week. If we don't get a season 2, I am beyond happy with what we have. We made a lot of people happy and we were happy and loved it. And she kept going on and on social media about how basically I am right, you are wrong. I know the numbers for the show. It did great. People like it, which obviously is true. If you like the show, that's great. I didn't like it. It's fine if you like it. We can agree to disagree on the content. But the problem is that the way that she went on social media, okay? I cannot show you guys all of the posts that she made. But if we go to her tweets and replies, I mean, we are talking about, like, so many freaking responses to people. Like, so many responses, and a lot of them were not very nice. A lot of them were not very positive. I personally do not like this actress. Of course, in April, I showed this in my video about her yesterday, she had said that she was leaving the platform because Elon Musk was buying it and she didn't want to support the toxicity, the misogyny, the hatred that was going to be allowed to run rampant on the platform. She ended up deleting that tweet and coming back a few weeks later, and now maybe she'll leave the platform again. I think that she maybe should have stayed off the platform to save her reputation since it's not looking very good right now. But she decided to basically say that, she only did all of this because she wanted to interact with critics, because she wanted to, really understand where the haters were coming from. She said, to be clear, it is absolutely fine if you personally don't like She-Hulk. I know it doesn't appeal to everyone. Some people fucking love it. But can we all agree that you don't need to be so hostile when you express your feelings to me? We're all fans. Let's talk nicely. I am saying the same exact thing to her. Why did you have to go on social media and laugh at people saying, I got paid to talk to Marvel stars. What are you doing with your life if you actually want to, be nice to people, if you want to interact with people? I think that we can, agree to disagree and not be so hostile when expressing your feelings. But she did the same exact thing, which is the problem. I think that she saw all of the heat that she was taking on social media, all of the backlash that she was facing, and she decided to play it off as she was just trying to interact with critics, because she went on to say, actually, I really want to hear and engage with critics so I can learn. I value Marvel fans. Oh yeah, she values us completely, totally, even though she was telling us our lives were lame compared to hers. But I can't hear them when they're screaming, and when people are randomly rude and personal, it brings up my defense and nothing productive happens. If you want me to hear you, be humane. I truly and genuinely think this was like an oh shit get out of jail free card. I think that she went on social media, went on all of these massive rants, caused herself a lot of problems, caused a lot of controversy, and now she's changing her tune a little bit, saying, actually, you know, this was all just because I wanted to engage with critics. I wanted to learn. I value you guys. I would love to give her the benefit of the doubt, but I just cannot. She has said a lot of questionable things on social media. She said, I'm leaving the platform because it's filled with hate, misogyny, bigotry, even though she came back weeks later. She's gone on social media several times, like the past few days, attacking critics of the show. I can't give Hollywood actors the benefit of the doubt anymore. I can't. Very few and far between can I. I don't really believe her that she just wanted to engage with critics. I think that if she did, she would have acted very different initially. I think that it would be perfectly fine if actors and actresses went on social media trying to understand the critics of their content and understand what people didn't like. I think that that's honestly great because enough actors don't do that. But the way that the conversation started and ended honestly seem like two very different people saying two very different things, almost as if maybe her agent gave her a stern talking to and said, listen, you can't go on unhinged rants for days at a time, because she was. I mean, she literally for days and days, I think like 3 whole days, was on social media just going and going and going and going. It's like it didn't end. There were so many different posts that she made over that time frame. So I think that she changed her tune because she was told to. I don't think that she genuinely wanted to hear criticisms or consumer feedback. I think that she just kind of got scared of all of the heat that she was taking and decided, you know what, I'm gonna change course a little bit. So yeah, she had continued on saying to this person, hey, can we talk? I really don't think us behaving like alley cats is productive. Do you think there's a better way to communicate your frustration than to write to an actress saying her show is garbage? She wasn't this person wasn't attacking her, though. That's the difference here. Is that these people are saying the show is garbage. That doesn't mean that she's garbage or she's a terrible human being or she's an awful individual. They're just saying that the show she's in really isn't that good. I want to hear what you say, but I am human. If you speak to me in a rude way for no reason, my defense comes up and I can't hear you. That's not a really good excuse, in my opinion, but I want to hear you. Can you talk to me like a person? It's clear from my promo that I am so dedicated to this community, so why be offensive? Why did you go on social media and basically say, ugh, I'm just this rich actor who got paid to be part of Marvel. What are you doing with your life? That, to me, doesn't seem very dedicated to a community. That seems rude and entitled and selfish. That's the way that I view it. Somebody said that's the problem with social media. It's hard to tell people's attitudes. She decided to respond with, I was saying how lucky I was and how I had a blast, and on top of that I got paid. To have such a blast, I would have paid to do this, to be honest. It was my childhood dream. The problem is that, again, she finished that tweet off with, what are you doing with your life? That's the issue that I have with her and her posts and her tweet, again, is that she literally ended it off with, but how is your life going? And first of all, this tweet isn't deleted, okay? And it's not even rude. She said, this person said all that build up to 20-minute episodes for nothing to happen. You won't be seeing a second season. That's not rude. That's just saying I don't like the show. And then why did she end it off with, but how is your life going? I don't know. I think she's backtracking because she probably got a stern talking to and was told, hey, listen, you shouldn't be acting that way on social media. And the change in her response really shows that. So those are the main topics that I had to discuss tonight, you guys. I do have a couple of, like, smaller ones that I thought that we could talk about for a little while. So yeah. Very fun. very fun chat. If only that energy went into the show. Like, I understand that these actors, they're not writers, they're not producer, they don't have any creative control over the series. Okay? They sign a contract, they do what they're told, that's that. I don't blame them for the bad writing, but I can judge them for acting and the way that they're conducting themselves on social media, and in the case of Jamila Jamil, it's unacceptable. If Disney She-Hulk is your dream, dream better. Listen, there are a lot of people who would die for an opportunity to work in the MCU and be a Marvel actor. I get that. But her initial tweets were just not... They were not ones of someone who wanted to have a nice discussion with critics. They were from someone who clearly was saying, F the haters, which is the issue. And it's not like She-Hulk is even getting good ratings. Not trying to be mean, but it's not. She-Hulk is currently sitting at a it's went down. 35% critic score. Yeah, I don't think that you should be bragging on social media that you got paid to be part of the MCU. I mean, congratulations, but I'm not trying to be mean, though. I don't know how far that's going to get you in the entertainment industry. Do you think Deadpool 3 will bring positivity into the MCU? It's really hard to say with projects, because sometimes projects sound really great and we get really excited for them. Like Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. I was initially very excited for that movie, and as time had gone on, it just became a pile of garbage. Same thing with like Thor, Love and Thunder. I was initially very excited for it because, of course, Ragnarok was pretty fucking good. And then it came out, and it was pretty bad. It's hard to say. I'd like to think that Deadpool 3 will be great. We got some big actors in it. The other Deadpool movies are really good. I don't want to get too excited over it, though, at this point. It's exciting to hear that, you know, Hugh Jackman's back, but that's about all I can be excited for at this point. Anyone who doesn't share her opinion is wrong because that's how people like her react. Anyone who's negative with their criticism is a hater or misogynistic in her mind. Yeah, and I don't want to paint it as like it's just her that acts that way, because that's basically how all of these actors are trained to act now. That, like, if you see negativity on social media and people criticizing and hating, you know, you should call them ists, phobes, this or that. That's how these actors are trained at this point. And of course, when you're in an industry, you want to stay in the industry as long as possible. And sometimes that just means continuing to push the narratives that you're told to push. But doesn't make it any better. Vera, when does the journalism career start? Right now. I'm a journalist. Thank you guys for being here for my first journalistic live stream. I really appreciate it. Deadpool 3, didn't know about that. Yes, they announced it 2 weeks ago almost. Hugh Jackman is going to be reprising his role as Wolverine, which is very exciting. I guess kind of spoiler, but not really spoiler, since the movie's probably not coming out for a while. They said 2024, but I feel like it's still going to be later than that. Who knows, though. For now, I will assume everything coming from Hollywood is going to be awful until honest reviews prove otherwise. I 100% agree. I definitely feel that same way. Quickly, guys, let's talk about Elon Musk. If you didn't see, Elon Musk is going ahead in finalizing the deal. Twitter intends to close the deal with Elon Musk. Elon Musk averts trial, agrees to the $44 billion acquisition of Twitter. I haven't seen too many meltdowns on social media just because it was only announced a couple of hours ago. If you guys see any really spicy meltdowns on Twitter, tag me in them and put them in the Discord server, because there were back in April a lot of fucking massive meltdowns. I'm sure there's going to be more. I have to really look after stream, but I'm sure that there's going to be some massive fucking meltdowns. He was trying to pull out of the deal, and then it turned into a lawsuit, and sounds like he just doesn't want to end with deal with a lawsuit. Apparently people were losing a lot of followers, like bot accounts, or tons of followers were being wiped. I haven't had any wiped on my account, which is good. But yeah, I haven't seen any massive meltdowns yet, though I'm sure they're here. Yeah, if you guys are enjoying the live stream, give it a like. If you're not, give it a dislike. Check out links in the description and the pinned comment. Support the stream, donate, become a member, all that fun stuff. Thank you for being here. Are you jealous of her wigs? No. I am, in fact, not jealous of her wigs. Let's see if we can find a couple. I don't know. It's kind of risky. It's kind of risky to sit here and scroll through, scroll through Elon Musk tweets. Elon Musk Twitter. Not the Ukraine. Not the Ukraine tweets. The Twitter tweets. Reportedly moving forward with his purchase of Twitter. Fuck your feelings, losers. Freedom always wins. In a world where Jeff Bezos owns the Washington Post, Elon Musk owns Twitter, and Mark Zuckerberg and Rupert Murdoch own the rest of the public square, it seems like it's time to reevaluate antitrust laws and also how our information is concentrated and disseminated. Elon Musk's deal to purchase Twitter is officially going to happen. Get ready for liberal tears. I think it's pretty fucking funny, to be honest. I think it's pretty hilarious that these people are going to be fucking melting down. Have fun with your little meltdowns. I agree that $44 billion is too much, but he did sign the papers in April for it, which is why he was getting sued over it. Trent, Elon Musk has never been good at pulling out, let's be honest. He has like 8 kids, right? Twitter stock. Twitter stock. Month? Jesus. Holy, look at that. Jeez, something good has happened for Twitter. From 42.81 to 51.90. Holy! I mean, it's not as high as it was last year at this time, but it's pretty good. I think 9? Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Most expensive troll ever in history. Yeah. Spent $44 billion in an attempt to prevent you from retweeting this photo. Oh yeah, did you guys hear about this? Very sad news. They're replacing... Is it Helena or Helena? I call her Helena. I'm sorry if I'm saying her name wrong. Helena Taylor. She voiced Bayonetta in Bayonetta 1, Bayonetta 2, and in the animated movie. And now they're replacing her. And honestly, makes me kind of want to cry. Jennifer Hale is a good voice actress, don't get me wrong, but she is in literally freaking everything. And I did make this tweet. I said, honestly, bad moves, Platinum Games. I'm sick of the same handful of voice actors getting first dibs at new roles or outright replacing people who have been in franchises since their beginnings. And they gave a really bullshit excuse that, like, it wasn't quite, you know, scheduling conflicts. It was like unsaid conflicts or something. It was something really random that was like a nothing burger. I just don't see why they wouldn't fight really hard to work with the previous voice actress again. I just don't understand it. Well, Jennifer Hale is the Troy Baker female. I mean, Troy Baker, top male voice actor, simply because everyone wants to hire him. Jennifer Hale is the female equivalent. Not that we should compare men and women, because of course women and men should never be compared since women are superior. And there's no comparison. Men are trash, L ratio, bad, maidenless. But, Jennifer Hale isn't everything. And again, she's voiced some of my favorite characters like Bastila. I love her. Great character. Sam is great. Amazing. I'm sick of seeing the same 5 voice actor names in every single game. It makes me sad. It makes me sad that they replaced the original voice actress. Again, she's a fine VA. She's not terrible. I'm sure she'll do an okay job. It's disappointing to me, though. Yeah, the fucking patriarchy did it again. Fucking sexists. Makes me so sad. I think they really should have fought to keep the original voice actress, and it doesn't really sound like they did. Yeah, I understand where you're coming from. I'm sick of seeing the same actors and actresses in every movie. That's the way that I feel. I mean, she was Bayonetta. There was no... When you think of... Or maybe people don't, you know the voice actress's name, which is fine. When I think of Bayonetta, this is the only person that I can think of. She's the voice actress I think of. I don't think that she can be replaced. And I'm sorry, Jennifer Hale might do a fine job. It's just not the same for me. Makes me very sad. It does sound like it could be a scheduling conflict, but they didn't call it that. They called it... Let me find it. They said it was overlapping circumstances. But if you look at her upcoming schedule, this voice actress does not have, like... It's not like she's in some, like, major new franchise that's coming out. And last year, this voice actress was kind of alluding to the fact that she might not be voicing Bayonetta, but it wasn't confirmed. Platinum Games didn't say anything about that. I just think it's kind of suspicious that that they're only replacing that she's... Or they're only announcing that she's being replaced now. Sorry, that took me 3 times. It just seems very weird. I mean, she voiced Bayonetta in Bayonetta 1, Bayonetta 2, Bayonetta Bloody Fate, in Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U, for the 3DS. I mean, she is Bayonetta. There's no one else. She's been Bayonetta for years now, and it's just so sad. And again, she's not in anything that's coming out unless it hasn't been announced publicly, so just seems kind of weird. I don't know. But they didn't call it a scheduling conflict. So, yeah. They are, as far as we've heard, they're keeping the original Japanese voice actress, which is great. But still, it's a massive L for me. Makes me very disappointed, and I've been praising Platinum Games. I think that the whole optional toned down outfit mode, even though they're not really that toned down, I think that that's great. I think that was a really good middle ground for people. I've been praising them, but For them to announce it less than a month before release is just kind of shitty. I mean, less than a month, guys. It comes out on October 28th. It's October 4th now. Yeah, if they had announced this months ago, I think that it probably would have been taken a little bit better. But it's like they've been hiding it in the trailers. Because it's not like months ago they said, oh, she's being replaced, but here's Jennifer Hale voice acting her. You know, here's the new Bayonetta. We're sorry we can't bring the original voice actors back, but, you know, people thought that she sounded different. I thought that she sounded different, but we didn't really hear that much of her talking throughout the trailers. But it's like, now I understand why they haven't really released any story trailers for the game. They've only released one. She didn't do that much talking in it. Now I understand why. And it feels just a little bit shady to me. I don't know. It's kind of weird to me. I don't think that people are gonna be happy with this. I mean, I did make a tweet about it, and it's got 134 likes already. I posted it only a couple hours ago. But yeah, the whole situation to me just seems kind of suspicious. Like they were trying to hide it. And that to me is just kind of the scummiest part of it. Like they wanted people to buy it believing that it was the same voice actress, and now we're finding out that it's not. I just think the timing of it's pretty bad. They should have announced it previously. I also don't know. I don't actually follow the voice actress on Twitter, but let me see if I can find her Twitter really quickly. Voice actress. Twitter. Okay. Oh, okay. I've got it. Oh yeah, she doesn't really make a lot of tweets. That's a shame, but I will follow her anyway. But she doesn't really make a lot of tweets. I wonder how much of a difference in voices there'll be. The English accent should still be present at least. Yeah, I don't know how different it's gonna be. I mean, obviously we'll see. I do still plan to stream it and play it, though I am rather sad. Do you think Platinum Games had a falling out with the old Bayo voice? Potentially. They didn't confirm anything. They just said due to conflicts, but again, the voice actress, she's not doing any projects right now that we at least know publicly. So you'd think that they could have, you know, hired her for it, but delaying the announcement indicates they were nervous about how it would be taken. Yeah, which I think is a problem, because if they had announced it, you know, months ago, they were probably afraid that there'd be backlash and people would not buy the game. But announcing it now, less than a month from release, just is kind of shady. Same as when Gearbox replaced Claptrap's voice actor for Borderlands 3 and did him all the way dirty, yeah. I hope that she makes a statement about it. I doubt that she will, at least right now. I mean, I'd love to hear kind of her side of the story before I fully judge it. I don't know when we're going to get a statement from her, if we'll get a statement from her. But it would be nice to have some kind of, you know, information from her. I'd like for her to say, hey, listen, it was fine, it was okay, you know. I was allowed to give my feedback on who they chose and basically hand the torch off to somebody else, though it doesn't seem like they did that. Maybe there's more to it that we just don't know. I can only judge the information that we have now and the announcements that we have now, and to me, it doesn't seem like that positive of a situation. Maybe Gamergate got her fired. That is definitely the truth of the matter. I know that Platinum Games is afraid to talk about it. I know that they're afraid to talk about it, but clearly it was just the good old GG, the good old Gamergate. That's totally it, guys. May have been the first choice, but switched out and she could be under an NDA. Long shot. It is a long shot. I mean, it's possible. But they also said in this announcement that, like, Jennifer Hale exceeded their expectations or something, which seemed like a little bit of a weird statement to make. Basically, the way that this statement came across to a lot of people, and why a lot of people are so upset, is because it didn't really sound like they were praising the original voice actress. Like, she did an amazing job for so many years, blah, blah, blah. It's not like they were, like, appreciating her in it. They basically said that, the change came about due to overlapping circumstances. However, they did say that Jennifer's performance was way beyond what we could have imagined. I don't know, guys. Seems a little bit suspicious to me. Seems a little odd. On a side note, the Dune TV series revealed its casting. It did. I don't know how to feel about the Dune shows and spin-offs that they're doing. I obviously hope they'll come out and they'll be good, but I'm just right now in limbo waiting for the next movie to come out, and we don't even have like a time frame for that, do we? Dune 2 release date. November 2023. So it's supposed to come out next year, November 17th, 2023. But that's usually like a really heavy like week in November for movie releases and video game releases and stuff. So we'll see if they actually go ahead with that. I'm hopeful. I am. Oh yeah, and they had already delayed this once. It was supposed to come out October 20th, 2023, and they delayed it by a month. So I think it'll get delayed again. I mean, obviously, we'll see. Yeah, that's the Bene Gesserit show. That's the it's as far as we know right now, it's just going to be called The Sisterhood. I did see the 2 actresses they took, though, or picked. Hot take, The Last of Us TV show actually looks really good. That is a hot take. I don't have much to say about it yet. I don't have much to say about it. I really enjoyed the most recent Dune movie. It sounds sketchy, like they knew the choice was determined but forgot to tell people. About Bayonetta? Yeah, I think that they should have probably told people a little bit sooner. I think that the timing is just hitting people not positively, and people are, you know, feeling just a little bit iffy about the choices that they've made in the timing now. The Dune show, let me find the tweet really quickly. Dune TV show, or maybe I have to type in The Sisterhood. Of course, Rebecca Ferguson is going to be in it, obviously, clearly. Casting The Sisterhood, maybe I should go to discussing films. Discussing films. I think they had posted about it. I saw it earlier. Oh, here. Emily Watson and Shirley Henderson have been cast in the Sisterhood series. She was from the Chernobyl show. The HBO Max Chernobyl show. And then I don't know what Shirley Henderson has been in. Shirley Henderson. It sounds like a name that I would recognize. Oh, okay, she was in Harry Potter as Moaning Myrtle. And Anna Karenina, and then like a couple of other random, I guess, movies. But that's, I mean, most people are going to know her from Harry Potter. So yeah, that's who they've cast. We'll see, though. I hope it turns out to be good. I don't want them to fuck up Dune, but I don't have any hope at this point in time with Hollywood, and especially something like Dune. The Last of Us trailer hit before House of the Dragon. I hate to admit it, but it piqued my interest. House of the Dragon has been so freaking good. It has been so good. We love a little bit of fantasy incest, huh, chat? Also, guys, before we end stream, I wanted to give a shout out to Theater, because he has been clipping a lot of things I've been saying in streams and making some videos on them. Theater, you should share them all in the Discord server so that people can see them. I don't have all the links right in front of me to post, but I do want to play you guys one or two. Oh no, but my face is over here. I guess we'll move the camera down here, guys. I wanted to show you all this one. Maybe we'll watch like one a week. He's got a couple. This one was pretty funny though. So the other day when we were playing Call of Duty, we were talking about Frost and G4 and how I said that I would pay them to come on a stream and talk, even though of course we know that they wouldn't do that. And he decided to clip it and make a 1 minute and 15-second video out of it. I'm gonna be honest, this shit is hilarious. I hate watching myself back, right? I'm one of those people that, like, if I see myself, it's cringeworthy to me. But it's actually pretty fucking funny. I watched the first couple of seconds of this one, and then I realized, oh, I wanted to watch the rest of it on stream, but I didn't see the first, like, 10 or so seconds.
You can clip this if they want. You can clip
You'll have to let me know how the volume is.
Anyone who worked at G4 wants to come
Listen.
on a live stream, I will pay you.
It's too bad that these people hate critics.
Whoever. If you
I have to
all
share
wanna
this to
come on
Twitter.
a live stream, I'll pay you.
This shit is too funny.
Couple $100 to come and hang
It's
out
too
for
bad that
4 hours.
people
That is
like
more than
Frost
generous.
and
I'll pay you.
Kevin and Sethler are so close-minded.
I'll pay you.
Copyright strike incoming? Actually true though.
Getting let go from your job for doing a bad job, that's tough. I'll give you some cash to come
This is
and hang out.
this is great.
I'll pay you. I'll pay you. See, that's a nice offer, right, Chad? Hey, I'll pay you.
It's so good too.
I'll pay you.
That's the thing.
I'll pay you.
It's not even like
Hey, I'll pay you.
it's not bad. Okay, this shit is catchy.
I'll pay you. Hey you.
But yeah, it's guys, I own the copyright to my face. Okay? So just be careful. You might copyright strike me, but I might copyright strike you back. But I will share this in the Discord server in the main channel, or Theater can if he wants. Uh-oh. Conveniently, Theater is not here. Theater's embarrassed. Theater's like, I can't be here when she's showing it. Oh, but thank you, Theater. The edits are... Listen, I knew that one of you guys eventually was going to start clipping shit out of context. I knew that one of you guys was. I should have known that it was going to be you. That shit is funny. I watched the first 10 seconds and I was like, I can't watch the rest. I have to wait. This beat slaps, see? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. This shit is catchy. Yeah, you copyright strike me, but I copyright strike you back. Not unless Activision copyright strikes it. True, Activision copyright strikes it, then I copyright strike his, and then he copyright strikes mine. It's an endless cycle. But I'm going to post that one on Twitter tonight, so make sure after stream you go and like it, because that's pretty fucking good. But anyway, guys, I'm going to be wrapping up stream in a minute. If you guys have any last minute questions or topics, feel free to leave them in chat. But I will be wrapping up in a second. No stream tomorrow. I'm gonna do the next supporter stream next week, but Thursday I'll be live again, and then of course Saturday, Sunday. I think on Thursday we're going to finish Valkyrie Elysium, or we might do Overwatch 2. I plan to do Overwatch 2 one of these days. I was thinking about even doing it tonight while chatting about the topics, but their servers are so fucked, so it is what it is. But yeah, thank you, Theater. That is too fucking funny. And whenever you make them, I'm willing to show them off. Yeah, it's kind of like Overwatch 1.5, but, you know. I know a lot of people are excited for it, or playing it, and that's cool. willing to stream it. I like Overwatch. It's just too bad that Overwatch is by fucking Blizzard. If it wasn't by Blizzard, I would love it 100 times more. But it's Blizzard, so it is what it is. I was outstanding. That's fucking gold. It really is. I put that shit on a playlist. I don't do a lot of, like, outro videos or anything, but maybe I should think about it. We'll see. But alright guys, with that being said, I'm gonna wrap up this stream here. Thank you all so much for stopping by, I do appreciate it. Check out the Twitter in a little while, I will post that video on there so you guys can see it as well. Yeah, next stream will be Thursday, and then of course Saturday, Sunday, we'll be playing Overwatch 2 at some point, Valkyrie Elysium, all that fun stuff. If you enjoyed the stream before you head out, make sure to give it a like. If you didn't, give it a dislike. Check out links in the description, follow me on social media, join the Discord server, become a member, become a Patreon, all that fun stuff. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I hope you had a blast watching videos and listening to my ramblings and my rants. Thank you guys for stopping by. Check out yesterday's videos as well, by the way. And of course, new videos tomorrow. But yeah, thank you for stopping by and have a fantastic evening, everyone.